Hello and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well today. Today I'm sharing with you my 2019 and 2020 debt payoff plan. And I know what you're thinking. It's April of 2019 or later. And that just lends to the fact that this is a very helpful practice and plan. It needs updates and it remains effective. So I'm going to walk you through my Excel layout of my debt-free plan. So you'll want to stay tuned to check that out. First things first, if you're new to my channel, hello and welcome. I'm Debt Free Dee. I'm chronicling my journey to pay off over $53,000 in debt, and I'm over halfway through. Hopefully, after watching this video, you'll consider subscribing to my channel. And hey, if you're one of my subscribers and friends, welcome back. Talking debt payoff trackers or plans. Of course, you can take your total debt balance, the total of all of those accounts, and divide it by the total monthly payment towards those accounts. So all of the minimum payments to your accounts and anything extra you're putting towards them, add all that up and divide those two numbers, your total debt balance, not including your home if you're following Dave Ramsey, and the total debt payment amount per month, and figure out when you'll be debt free. Say you have $20,000 in debt, you're making $1,000 in payment. Now this doesn't quite account for interest or any emergencies that arise, but say that gives you about 20 months before you're debt free. That's great. You know in 20 months you'll be debt free. It's always great to know what the finish line is. I like a little more of a visual than that. If you're already one of my subscribers, you know that I like visuals and trackers. So this document here is one that has carried me through many years of tracking my accounts and debts, and it's just very helpful. I first saw this in a book by Mary Hunt. It's her Rapid Debt Repayment Plan. And up until November of 2017, I basically used it to manage the payments of my debt. In November of 2017, I started to actually work on becoming debt free. And this just transitioned to a motivational tracker to know when I'll pay off each debt and will be totally debt free. So I've seen a lot of different trackers you can use to track when you'll become debt free for each account. And then overall, Curly Creates has a great comprehensive Excel workbook, and I love Excel. I'll leave the link to that below. It provides you with worksheets on debt payment and becoming debt free, saving, giving, just a lot of different areas of budgeting. Again, you'll find that link below. I've also seen methods as simple as whipping out a sheet of paper, writing down for each account what month and year you'll be debt free. That works. I've seen it put on poster board. I've seen databases and other Excel documents and apps that work. Undebt is one that I've heard of, undebt.it. That's a database where you can enter information like your interest, any interest payments you've made, and it gives you an idea of when you'll be debt free. In the Mint app, once you upload and integrate with your accounts, debts, bank accounts, retirement accounts, you can actually make goals for paying off credit card debt and loans. It also includes interest, so it gives you a more realistic view of when you'll be debt free. Obviously, you can just go out on Google or Bing and search debt payoff calculator. So there are a number of ways you can figure out when you'll be debt free. What I love about Excel, I can print this out if I want to. I have an Excel app on my phone, so I can pull up this very document, make any changes I want to on the go, and then it saves right then and there. Excel makes it very versatile for me. Also, obviously, I can come in here and make updates. So I'll always have the most updated version while I'm on the go. So let me show you what I have here. I have the date up here and when I last updated it. I list here the accounts that I have. So I started out 2019 with 6 creditors or 6 accounts or debts. And then I list the principal balance, which is something I list at the very beginning of the year. There are ebbs and flows month over month with interest being charged. I still only update this at the beginning of the year. So I can understand that, say, about halfway through, this number isn't most accurate. And some of the formulas are based on that as well. But I just chase down the debt, not being so concerned about the ebbs and flows of everything. Of course, I can come back and update this if I want to, but initially that's not as much a concern for me as just knowing which one is the next debt to attack. Then the interest rate, if you're following Dave Ramsey's plan, it's not as important, but I like to see exactly what the interest rate is at the time. I'll come in and make updates to this only because it may be a good opportunity for me to call and ask for an interest rate reduction, which I did recently, and I'll link that video above. The payment amount simply lists how much the payment was at the beginning of the year. This can also be updated, but month over month, I'm making the updates here, so sometimes I'll disregard this as well. So then going into month over month, I just list out the months here. Down here at the bottom are formulas in each of these fields, and it just adds up the amounts listed here in this column. So the payment for each account is added up down here with this formula. And then that flows across, so all of these payments equal that. Over here are some formulas as well. In this field, it's going to add the total amount paid in these fields. So as I make updates, the formulas will update to reflect the changes I'm making in each of these fields. It allows me the ability not to have to always whip out a calculator, and I really like that. The balance is going to take the total amount paid from the principal balance and reflect a 0 once it's paid off within the year. If there's any left, so say the total amount paid is less than the principal balance, it'll leave that amount. So this 14,1235, you can see it down here as well. Where did that come from? So when I first started out working on paying off my debt, I added up all of my minimum monthly payments, and that was the number it came to. In the nature of the debt snowball, even as you pay off accounts, you'll still make that amount, if not more. So I started out with 19 accounts, and I started 2019 with 6 accounts, and you'll start to see that the next debt that I'm working on gets a larger and larger payment, and that's exactly what the debt snowball is about. So just a few other things. My baby step 2 anniversary is in November. I started baby step 2 of Dave Ramsey's baby steps in November 2017. Over here, I just have a list of my accounts in order by amount low to high, and I cross them out as I pay them off. So this is what we are looking like right now. So then as we move into January and February, in January, I had a car emergency. So I stopped my debt snowball in the way of putting extra money towards my smallest balance debt. And I actually had to take some money out of my emergency fund to get my car repaired and then replenish my emergency fund. So that's what I did between January and February. So you can see that those numbers were lower than the 14,1235. In February, I started back up with the debt payment. And so you can see it's actually getting a little bit closer. In March, I received my bonus. So then was able to pay off my car. When I entered that debt payment, it zeroed out over here. So then you can see that this total amount paid is much higher than the 14,1235. So I will be ending 2019 with these 3 accounts left. That is the plan. And with approximately this amount going into 2020. So that's essentially it for 2019. I paid off my auto loan in March of 2019. Expect to pay off this TD in June and SECU in October. If you want to see 2020, let's go. So then into 2020, you can see that the balances update from here as well. Again, I have several formulas in here, and they update accordingly. So when I updated the date on the other page, it updated here. 1412 is listed here. And essentially, just like I do in my Debt Snowball updates, you can just create a copy, right click, move or copy. You can create a copy for the new worksheet or year. So that part is really, really easy. So according to my plan, I should be debt free in 34 months, which is 2 months short of my 3rd year anniversary on baby step 2. So wow, like that's really, really exciting news. Let me know how you chart your debt-free plan, your payoff, your tracker. For me, it's just very encouraging to see things getting paid off and in what month of what year. And hopefully that is something that encourages you as well. If you're not yet a subscriber, please consider subscribing. If you are one of my subscribers and friends, like you're a G for real. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.